Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. It's Josek, and I have to say massive thanks to you guys watching my videos, sharing your video ideas, and you make me feel happy about it. That way, I am doing something good, something that you like. I really appreciate your feedback, but now it's not the time for doing any kind of spoofing attacks because I want to chain them together. So in the next videos, I have decided to perform a massive video campaign about spoofing, phishing, and the whole attack chain. I know it's gonna be lit, fun, and super duper cool. Now we're gonna proceed into a CTF, into a DC9 box, so I hope you enjoyed, and let's just dive in. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. It's Josek, and I am so happy to see you back. Now in that video we are doing a CTF called DC9 from VULNHUB, and apparently this is one of the boxes which is an OSCP-like from a TJ Snow list. Now in that video I want to showcase several things. First we're gonna go through that DC9 thing, DC9 box, and I can't say I'm prepared for that box. I have a few notes, watched a few things about it, but I'm not that prepared about it. Have never done it before, so you're gonna see me like doing live debugging now. And the other thing I want to mention is while I'm doing the box, I want to touch about how to make notes. So here I installed what's called Obsidian, and this is my top app for making notes. It has like support for Windows and Unix systems, I think macOS as well. And this thing is amazing. I mean, I am so happy with that. I used it in my professional work, and I want to show you guys how to use it here. So Obsidian is pretty much note-taking app, and it works with CSS plugins. Yes, you heard me right, CSS plugins, but they are installed in their community like servers. So when you open Obsidian, you're gonna see a screen like that. Then you go create new vault, create. Now let's name it DC9, and I want to pretty much have it here. So home, VULNHUB, like that, DC9. So in the same directory, I have my working things, working notes like nmap scans or screenshots. Then go create, and it's gonna start a window. Now here, this is by definition enough, but you can customize it as much as you want. And if you go to here, settings, community plugins, turn on community plugins, uh, what was it? Browse? Yeah, and here you can install pretty much every community plugin out there. Now, the worst part against Obsidian is pretty much that you can't easily just backup things. And the backup, I mean, because when you do different projects in different Obsidian nodes, I mean folders, you can't copy configuration files because it's inside what's called that Obsidian folder. So if you go to the folder again, do ls, we have DC9, which is the Obsidian ones, and here we have hidden folder called that Obsidian. So that folder contains all of your configuration, plugins, and so on. So the only way to convert or to migrate your plugins from one Obsidian to another is to copy that folder here. What I'm gonna do now is pretty much remove the Obsidian one, the configuration folder, and then copy from my, where was it? Downloads, that Obsidian, or let's try documents, that Obsidian, that zip to here. And if you zip that folder, you can pretty much migrate your community plugins and all the edits you've done. So I've already done it because as I said, use Obsidian a lot, and now the only thing I have to do is to pretty much actually move obsidian.zip to, actually, let's try to just unzip it. Unzip obsidian.zip. Alright. Now we have a folder called Obsidian. And now, if I were to pretty much run Obsidian again, it should pretty much auto do backup for me and what all the teams plugins I have. So yeah, there we are. So we have slightly different theme. As you can see, my search bar is in here. I have calendar in here. I have all my working notes here. And it's a really nice app. There's a lot of plugins. I don't know the full functionality of it, but I'm so happy with it. I hope you guys see that interesting, try it for yourself, and yeah, let's get to the box. So now let's just open up terminal and try find the box because I host it in my workstation. Alright, so let's try sudo net discover or actually I'll do one better, sudo better cap, then do net.row net.show, and we have, let's see now. I think that's the NAT service. And let me just see if the DC box is on NAT. So let me go to, where was it? VM settings. Come on. Network is breached. Alright, so put it to NAT. Click OK. And now wait a little bit. And now it should be up in just a minute. Because that address is point 1 is I think for the NAT gateway, which is our host machine, and that 254 is I think for another NAT reserved service. So these are unique IP addresses which are usually excluded. So as you can see, this is my desktop name .local, so no domain, and this is my PC. So we are still waiting. Let me just see now. Have I turned it to NAT or saved it? Maybe. NAT, alright. Don't tell me I need to reboot stuff. Net.row off, net.row on, net.show, or what was the syntax? Net.recon to on, it's already running. Let's try show again. Alright. So guys, I'm gonna pause the video, gonna actually reboot the box and hope the error is cleared out. So restart guest, restart. I'll be right back. Alright, box was restarted and let's go to the copy box, and we right away see that a new endpoint was discarded. So that's show. So without booting, maybe that network service is not that easy configurable with the VMware ones. Never mind. The reboot fixed the thing. So we have the IP address 149. Let's copy that now and just do exit from here and do nmap csv, paste the IP address and do nmap.txt. This should be finished quickly because they are on the same network, running NAT. So even though no external packets have been scanned, it's all local on NAT. So it shouldn't take that long. But looks like it is. So while that's being running, what I want to do is pretty much do a new node called, let's say, main. Now in that node, I can do like, what I do, how I take nodes is pretty much do hashtag or heading separation. So I have heading for nmap. Then I have heading for each port available. So I want to remove that or to preview feature. Let's see, editor, port heading. There was this feature for auto previewing, which I don't want because it bugs things when you need to pretty much do screenshotting. But I think it should be fine now. So, oh yeah, it's service mode. Alright. Now, here I have the heading for a map. Now here, I'm gonna specify heading for all the ports available. So now we have only one port, which is 80, and then that's it. So while that's been running, I can do nmap all ports while we expect that, and I can do, instead of scsv, I can do sp dash p dash. That's gonna scan the full port range, run that, and while that is running, which is strange, we have a Debian box without SSH. Alright, so we have port 80, and now we're gonna put it here, HTTP 80. And why I specify that 80 is because in a real life scenario or even your OSCP labs, you can have many HTTP ports, not just only 80. Now here I just copy the nmap scan, and I want to copy call snippets with the triple C. I'm not sure how that is being called, but you get it. So let's just cat nmap.text and do excel IB, which is gonna copy to my clipboard. Now paste it here, and that's how we save our nmap scan. Then we're gonna do like nmap full port or all port. All port, do the same thing, copy the cat nmap all port, copy the clipboard, paste it here, and that's it. So we have only one port, which is being HTTP. That's strange, but let's just take a look at it. So let's copy the IP address, paste it here, and example.com stuff details. So we have welcome to example.com. Please select an option from menu, home, display records. So this is directly pulling things from database without, I'm sure, any kind of sanitization, maybe, because that's like a amazing example of how to like skip your work and don't perform any kind of visualization. Sorry about that. It looks just vulnerable. Yeah, alright, so let's go to search and manage. So we have two boxes, which is for username and password, and search. What I like now is whenever I see a login screen, I can try the default ones: admin, admin password, admin again. Alright. Now, what I like doing is pretty much putting a burp suite, capturing one request for login, and then pasting that request into the SQL map. That way I skip all of the things of manual testing, and it's happy that SQL map have the like support for burp, request for burp. And oh, now I see on the top left corner we can see your login name or password is invalid. Alright, so here, next. I need to say something here. Just when you do more detailed pen test or red teaming, you need to document every single step. So for example, you found that login screen, you tried admin, then you go like do F12, do like admin, copy the password, right click, inspect, then here, remove type from password to text, and now click submit. So you need to screenshot that, screenshot the web request. In that kind of engagement, you need to have pretty much screenshots for everything. But if it's not in scope, or if the pen test is like a normal one, it's just okay for screenshotting just the highlight things. For example, if I tried admin, it's a good practice to screenshot that to know it failed when I tested it. But if I didn't because it didn't work, nothing was gonna happen. But if I succeed with that, then I must screenshot it. Yeah, so you got the point. So here let's continue to the box, submit the request. Now copy that, we can see PHP session ID. It's posted to manage.php, never mind, copy the request, paste it here. Oh, sorry. Vim login.request, set paste it here, and do SQL map login.request batch. Well, that is been running. I want to pretty much copy the request and just take a few notes. So login on, I'm gonna put the URL here and login request to SQL map and paste it here. So we need the login URL, which is that. Paste it here, and that's a nice one. So let's just remove the interception. Go here and so something might just happen. Let's see. No, it did not happen. Alright, so let's try the other field. Maybe do search, do single quote, 0 results. Let's try do the same thing with burp. Or actually here I'm gonna type ASD, maybe. Do we have any result with that? Or records, Genuinely, SQL map works best if you manage to run it with a successful result. So for example, I'm trying Mary and I have something. So let's turn the intercept on again, search for Mary, now copy the request again, and now do vim search dot request, paste, and do SQL map search dot request batch. Oh, do we have something here? No, it's just testing. All right. But that sleep statement, it just stopped there. So maybe it found something. Hmm. And it found. Nice. So it found SQL injection. So it's vulnerable. Nice. Now let's try to document that on the side of search.php. Here, do search on that URL, search valid request, and we have that. And SQL map found something. And maybe it's a good idea to screenshot it. So use that to built-in carry. Just do what I like is a full window screenshot, and what I don't like and how I want to cut, I'm gonna do it in runtime when I'm doing the report. So take a screenshot or copy image to clipboard, then go to Obsidian and just paste. Simple as that. So when you open the image, it's there. Nice. So here I'm gonna create a new folder called attachments and right click set as attachment folder. So each time I do screenshot, it's gonna be auto-populated there. Nice. So I have the screenshot there, and usually I have a plugin called image editor, which displays screenshots in real time here, but now it's not the case. So something's bugged out with my UI. I have to figure it out, but now it's not the time. So let's just remove that, and let's see now. So we have a SQL map. Now, what was the syntax for seeing the databases? DBS maybe? Yes. So we have available databases. Paste it here. Of course, in real engagement, you have to take screenshots for all of this. But now, as I mentioned, we're doing CTF, just following you, guiding you through on how to take notes. So take the important notes, and it's a generally good idea to screenshot as much as possible. So I save that here. Now let's try tables maybe, or I need to, yeah. Ooh, so we have a lot of tables. So let's try the copying with teamworks is kind of pain, but I think I'm getting used to it. All right, so let's go down there. Click enter. Now do vim paste maybe or vim tables. Say paste. Control A. Bracket, and we have the paste. Now copy cat tables and copy to clipboard and do like here. Let's just go with the subheading so we can format our notes. So we have tables like that. Come on. Then here we have databases like that. And here is generally a good idea to pretty much say something like to indicate that you found vulnerability. For example, found CQI like that. So now you know here we found a CQI here, and this screenshot is there. These are databases, and these are the tables. All right. So what to do now? We have to. What was the syntax for viewing things? We can view users and staff details. So I think the other two are not necessary because I think these are the general structure of the web application in the database. So these are all the like views, columns, events, stuff like that. I'm sure that most of these are even defaults. So that here looks interesting, and maybe that. So let's try SQL map, DBS, DB equal stuff, maybe. DBS equal stuff. Alright, let's go to Google. SQL map is select columns. We have to no burp. Come on. Alright, now I fixed my internet and it just got screwed up. I don't know why, but it just got disconnected. So let's try SQL map with columns. SQL map cheat sheet. This video is getting kinda huge, but I hope you find it useful. So DBS, oh, capital D. Tables, and then table users, dump. Alright, so we have capital D equals. Let's try with let's start with the user details. So database users, capital T equals user details and dash dash dump. Maybe I don't need the batch. Potentially miswritten. We go alright. Oh, we don't need the equal sign. And dash dash batch. That batch thing is useful because it auto fills the SQL map request. Because usually when you do SQL map, and it's generally a good idea that's designed that way, it asks you for everything. Do I need to continue? Yes. Do I need to check for that? Yes. Stuff like that. So we have a dump with the raw passwords, which is nice. So let's copy that to Obsidian once again and do passwords from users database. Paste it like that. And I forgot to format the previous thing, but you know, that's like just a demo video. Alright, then let's go to, instead of users, now I want to dump that staff details. So let's go a little bit up. It's staff details, database staff details, and users. So user details, staff details, and database stuff. And we have more. So let's copy that, right? And paste it here. Go like passwords from staff table or staff database, staff details table. It's generally a good idea to pretty much name your nodes so that you can understand. So when I go back, let's say 2 days after, and I see, all right, I found a SQL injection on the web port here, then that SQL injection is on the search, then that SQL injection found that databases, which contains these fields, and these are the dumps. So the last thing I need to check is that users from staff details, users from staff database, right? So users dump, and maybe it's trying to crack something. Yeah, it's starting direction of base cracking, MD5 sum. So let's just wait it to finish, and let's go to our nodes now. So these passwords are all nice. So we have last name, password, reg date, username, first name. So we have a bunch of username and passwords. What we can do now is utilize what's so-called brute forcing. So we can pretty much do brute force against the web app to see if we have a password for that. But we have full of users, so we need some way to fuzz the web app. Now here the crack is finished, and we have an admin password, admin with MD5 password, or maybe that's no clear text passwords found. So that's the MD5 hash. What I want to do now is pretty much try to crack it. So go to crack station. Of course, if you have hashcat, you can try it with hashcat, but I always search for some kind of quick wins. So crack station is online cracker, so crack hash, and we have the password for admin. The hashing is irreversible, so pretty much cracking is not meaning breaking the password, it's meaning finding, let's say if I manage to hash that phone with its case and stuff like that, all the attributes, it's gonna be like a representative hash. And if I manage to hash another phone without a case, it's gonna be completely different hash. So when I pass only that phone through that hashing algorithm, I can get exactly that hash. So that's the idea of cracking passwords, because you're passing a password, hashing it, and comparing in the database. So the hash is irreversible, but it's vulnerable to brute forcing. So now this is pretty much from users in staff. So let's try passwords from staff database users table. All right. And since we have admin and we're talking generally about web app, that's the first thing that pops to my mind, because these are a lot of usernames and maybe some of these are local users. So maybe this is going to be handy whenever we have access to the box. But now the first thing I want to do is pretty much that admin now. And let's just copy the password itself because I lost it, which is that. All right. Now I broke the format, but actually I want to do it better. Like that. And do like that. I hope you get the noting idea. And now, if I were to pretty much go back to that box, let's say on day or week or month, I can pretty much see the whole path and what happened. So when we finish the box, we're gonna look at the notes once again and see if that works for you guys. Of course, note taking, and even though pen testing is just individual, everyone has individual style, and I'm just sharing mine so you can get the best you see from it. So transfer below 1. Alright, let's go to the web server again and go to manage, admin, and paste the password. Logged in as admin, so we breached the web app. Now, let's see what we have here. We have display records as the same as usual. We have the search, we have the manage. You have already worked with the admin, but now we have several more things. So when I click to search, it seems like that my session is being lost. When I click to manage, it's being renewed, which is strange, and we have that file not exist. Add record. Alright, we can try some code injection, for example, PHP info. Let's try it on every single field there, submit. Now go to display records, and let's go to the source code. Not sure anything happened. PHP info. Yeah, it just rendered it out. So not vulnerable to that, but that was interesting. So when I go to manage and then just to manage, we can see file does not exist. When I see file does not exist, that pretty much immediately triggers something into my mind. And when you're doing guys OSCP or any kind of engagement, you just have to be like, you have to notice stuff like that, because when you see file does not exist, that means the web application is pretty much doing code to some files, maybe local, maybe remote. So let's try to simply add file equals to, and let's try some directory reversal or local file inclusion. Like that, maybe that's enough. Let's see, pass WD. And we have some. So that's nice. But what I'm thinking of is pretty much if that file parameter was not vulnerable, because usually when you see file does not exist, the first thing that pops to your mind is to try file. But if file is not present, you have to pretty much fuzz it with W first to see a bunch of extensions, and CKList have extensions for that. So my ideas are several. Since these are the work users. So we have threadf, tomc, VULNHUB, change their verb, sorry about the spelling, Rachel G, Monica G, Scoot S, Janitor 2. So we have a bunch of users. We can try doing vocal file inclusion to their directories, trying to get some SH keys. So let's try. Actually, I want to save that and take a note. So here, actually, we found a SQL injection like that, and then found LFI on that URL and having that payload. Alright. So now since we take note of that, because most times I get lost and I always manage to save my payloads or URLs I manage to visit. So now let's try and scan for SH keys. Let's try with janitor 2 and do like home janitor 2 sh id dash, or I forget how this was called, idrsa, and looks like it's not the case. So let's try instead of janitor that excludes. Alright, nothing. Monica G, nothing. Then try Tribiani, home Joy T. Not sure why is that, but strange names. Then BTR. Have I misspelled something here? No, I not. Then JVM. We could try fuzzy if there were more users, but generally for 5 users, it's not worth the effort. If you have it like in the snapshot or ready to use, it's nice, but I don't have it, so no SH key for now. So Maryam. Alright. And these are the users. So if we were able to have an SH access, it would be nice, but we don't because we don't have SH service. Now, what I'm thinking generally in these kind of configurations where you pretty much kind of lost is to take a step back and think about what to seek. So now I search for quick wins about pretty much having SH key, but if you don't manage to find one, it's a nice idea to pretty much go ahead and scan what kind of services are on the box. And yes, you can do it with LFI, but you're gonna need some automation. Now the idea here is pretty much if you go to proc and see different kind of numbers. These numbers are representing different processes. So each process, let's go to the one, and we have permission denied, so the zoom. Alright. If we go to one or any kind of process, we can see we have file called cat cmd1. So this is the process that was initialized. This was the command that initialized the process. So each process has that cmd1, and now if we manage to pretty much have that request right there, fuzz it some way so that we can iterate with that process number, we'll be able to find the exact process running with the box. But now since the video already became too long, my idea is to pretty much stop it, have you guys enjoy my note taking, and the breach escalation and that initial access phase will be on the next video. So I hope you enjoyed. I'm gonna of course do the next part as soon as I can. So I hope you enjoyed. I don't want this to be too long. I have a lot of more things to explain. So guys, see ya.